Hi guys, I decided to do a video that demonstrates synovial joint movements. First off is flexion, which is a forward bending movement as when you are going to touch your toes, and extension is a movement of returning to a forward position. Next is protraction, which is the anterior movement of a body part in transverse plane. An example is your shoulder protracting when you push a door open. Act like you're pushing a door open. Retraction is a posterior movement of your shoulder returning to a rest. Abduction is a movement of the body away from the midline. An example of this is moving your feet and arms so that your legs are spread apart and your arms are up in the air. Adduction is a movement of the body towards the midline. An example would be bringing your feet and arms back together so that the legs come together and the arms touch the thighs. Circumduction is a movement where one end of the body remains stationary while the other makes a circular motion, as when your shoulders remain still but your hand makes a circular motion. Rotation is a movement in which a bone spins in its longitudinal axis, as when you turn your arms, and leg inward and outward. Elevation is a movement that raises a body part vertically upward. An example would be lifting a box, elevating your scapulas. Depression is a movement that lowers a body part downward. This would be setting a box down when your scapula goes downward. Supination is a movement where your palm faces upward. Pronation is opposite movement where the palm faces downward. Dorsiflexion, movement where the toes are elevated. This is a movement that is made every time you take a step and your foot flexes upward. Plantar flexion of the foot is a movement of the foot where the toes point downward. An example is when you step on the gas while driving.